Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and for me, what is the long-awaited review of the Holo Pastel Rainbow Collection. Now, I had a little bump in the road with this one, which is why it's coming up so late, and I'll talk about that after the swatches and stuff, but just to start, let's get into this collection. Now, this is a follow-up to last summer's, I believe it was last summer's, Rainbow Collection, except for this time it is a 7-piece pastel collection rather than just a 7-piece, I don't know, what would you call those, normal colored collection? I don't know. So the brand is vegan, cruelty-free, and made in the USA, and it does say it, right here on the back of the box. So if that's important to you, that's what we've got for this brand. This box is actually sold out. I think they sold out pretty quickly. However, the polishes are not limited edition and they are $14 a piece, which, is a little bit high, but I think that part of that is just you're paying for the brand name a little bit. That's just kind of how it goes, right? There are plenty of other Holos on the market that I'm sure you can get. I just want to buy the Holo Taco ones, I guess. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through a live swatch on one nail so you can see how these apply. I'm going to show you the full hand swatch photos that I took yesterday, which took forever. And then I will show you a little bit of a comparison at the end, just showing last year's collection in comparison to this year's collection on a nail wheel so you can kind of see what the difference is there. And one more thing I wanted to mention before we get into the live swatches and swatch photos and comparison and all that is that with this collection, it seems that they have added additional swatchers to their, I don't know if it's on their team or if she's just hired, certain swatchers for certain collections, but there are a couple additional swatch photos aside from Christine's own that showcase a couple other different skin tones and nail lengths and things like that. So I recommend you go check that out as well so you can kind of see how these colors play across different skin tones, not just mine. So without any further ado, let's get into the swatches and the comparison, and then I'll let you know my thoughts at the end. Okay, so I definitely say this about every single box, but this is definitely my favorite box. I think this one's super pretty, and I'm super jealous of the people who got the previous rainbow box. Here you can see the damage I was talking about a little bit, or maybe I didn't talk about it yet. I can't keep it straight in my head. But yeah, there's like a kind of a crack up here, and then you can open it up, and I took all the polishes out already, but you can see it says Thirsty for Holo. We've got that silver foil up top, and then just a little bit more damage, which is kind of preventing the box from closing properly. Up first, we have Pink Fizz. This one, even though it's called Pink Fizz, I feel like it's more of a magenta, purplish type. I think in my head, magenta is purple, but it's actually supposed to be red. And I did, at the end, in my comparison swatch wheel, I do compare this to, I believe, Magenta Jelly from the previous collection. Now you'll see in this first coat, it does look like it's going to be very sheer. And yet in the second coat, it totally covers all my swatches in this video and swatch photos. They are all going to be in 2 coats because that is what it took, which was surprising to me because these are, pastel holos. And for me, in my experience, pastels are 3-coaters. Up next is Coral Chaser. This is going to be the red in the rainbow. And while I agree, yeah, it is red leaning, to me, this is more of a rust color. It's one of those orangey reds. It's not my favorite color personally, but as far as the formula goes, this performs just like all the rest. It's really good. These holos dry really quickly, which I do appreciate, especially because when you're doing swatch photos of 7-piece collections the night before you got to film the video, it makes it take a lot less time when they dry this quickly. And I think it does look pretty, but like I said, for me, the rust reds, it's not that I don't like them, I just don't like them on my skin tone. Up next, we have Peach Tea. Now this is the orange in the collection. I feel like this one and the red one were a little bit difficult for me to see too much of a difference in. I know they're different. It's just like looking at them I should say, looking at them in the bottle. Like, these are all very pastel in the bottles especially. So when you look at these side by side, and when you look at the blue and the purple side by side in the bottle, it's almost difficult to differentiate. But once you have them on the nail, you can see this one is clearly way more orange than the red was. And it kind of reminds me of, was it Xyler the cat a little bit. Next we have Lemon Spritzer, and I'm kind of a sucker for yellow polishes. I feel like there's not enough yellow polishes in the world. They don't get enough love. And I feel like it's hard to do a yellow holo that doesn't like read as gold on the nails. But I feel like this one definitely has it. It's almost as yellow as my nails. But yeah, this one has it down, and it makes me think of just like lemon desserts. Like I love like lemon pies and stuff like that. And that for me is kind of reminiscent of this. It's a perfect summer color. And this is one that I did like a lot. I wasn't a huge fan of the red or the orange so much, but this yellow one, I feel like she did a good job of not making it seem like it's just gold. Next is Mint Mojito, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually know what a mojito is. Like, I know it's a drink, and I know it's minty, but that is as far as my knowledge goes, and I just have a feeling I wouldn't like it because I don't love mint that much. But this one, it reminds me of, was it Gift Receipt? What was the green one in the holo, or not the holo, the foil collection for Christmas? This one has that similar mint money. It has a similar tone to mint money, but it's holo. And I think this one's really pretty. I like this one. It's really good for that spring summer vibe. Up next we have my two favorites in the collection. So first is Sparkling Water. This is the blue. I actually didn't care for this when I saw it in the release video. I just was kind of like, whatever, boring. But when I got it in my hands and I saw it actually up close, I realized it was more of like a periwinkle blue than I had initially thought. So I guess what I mean to say is it was a purple leaning blue, which is why I liked it. And I have so many like creams in this similar kind of tone and color. It's just a type of blue that I really love. And so it was really hard for me to pick between this one and the next one to wear as a full manicure for my first manicure from this box. But of course, I did choose Lavender Syrup, which you can see on my nails in this shot. This is the like light pastel, obviously purple holo. Capturing the holo on camera is really hard. I hope I did it at least a little bit of justice in these. Definitely couldn't pick it up in my swatch photos as well, but I'm living and I'm learning. So yeah, this is, again, just like all the others. You see that first coat looks a little sheer. You can see the nail line, but the second you start layering that second coat, it's gone. It's crazy how quickly these layer, how quickly these dry. I think these are an excellent formula. Even if I don't love the colors overall, I think this is a great collection. And then here we're just going to take a quick look at a comparison. You can see I have, it goes, dark light, dark light. That's the old collection versus the new collection. So you can kind of see the like one for one comparison. It's very clear that this newer collection is way lighter. I think I prefer the saturated one, but I do think she did a good job of creating pastels of her previous collection. So what did you guys think of the collection? Were you able to pick it up? Do you have a favorite polish? Do you have the previous collection? And how are your feelings between the two? For me, I have kind of a mix of feelings here. So I think the collection is great. Like, talking about the formula is the same as the last one. So they're very quick drying holos. So really shortens the time between coats, really quickens the dry time of everything. You're ready to go do something else after your manicure. So I do like that. Also, despite being advertised as pastels, I found that they were totally opaque in 2 coats, which I was kind of not expecting. I kind of figured I'd probably have to do 3, but 2 coats is all you needed. And I really liked the theme overall. I liked that she kind of kept in theme with the previous one. The previous one was more like sweets and snacks and stuff like that, and this time it was drinks, and I just feel like they mesh really well together, so I thought that was really cute as well. Regarding the brush, it's neither here nor there for me. It's her normal skinny brush. She didn't use the wide brush with the hollows. I don't think you really need it. I think that the skinny brush is fine. If you like a skinny brush, this is perfect for you. My only like drawback, for me at least, has not too much to do with the polishes themselves, but just the last couple of packages that I've been getting, it seems like they are damaging the product in warehouse. You know, like one of my previous boxes had a dent in it. This box has a dent, which I showed you up close before, and it's starting to like rip the cardboard, and on the inside as well, it's coming off, which is making it not even close correctly. And you'd think that with as expensive as this is, you know, like I paid $100 for this product, just about 98 bucks. You know, I want it in good condition. And so it's a really stupid thing to complain about. And I know it is. Like, I know this isn't necessary. I know I don't need it. But it's very clear to me that this happens in warehouse and not in transit, because the both times that I've had this happen, it was wrapped, you know, this way, and it had like the sides taped in as well. So there's no way that these corners could have hit anything in transit and shipping. If it happened in shipping, it's like, that happens, it's fine. But it feels like, to me, somebody dropped it in the warehouse, said, oh well, and threw it in the box. And I get that it's totally wasteful, and I'm glad I have it. I'm glad I have this item, and I don't want them to just throw stuff away because of a small piece of damage. But it is just kind of like annoying that it keeps happening. And I'm like, I paid $100 for this, come on. But, you know, it is what it is. It's not like I'm out here reselling these boxes or anything like that. I'm keeping them. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm too picky. As far as I guess that was my only complaint. And I just, overall, I don't love the pastel holo aesthetic. I really like the more vibrant, like boom in your face. But that isn't really a critique of anything other than my own personal taste, you know? So that's not really a fair critique in my opinion. I just want to complain. My initial box got lost in transit or something. It's a mystery, because it was scanned as delivered, and I was home the second it was delivered. So I opened the door and it wasn't there. So somebody at FedEx just scanned my package out and either didn't deliver it or delivered it to the completely wrong address. But I did get in contact with customer service at Holo Taco, and they shipped me a brand new box free of charge. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm just very disappointed that I wasn't able to get my review out, you know, the week after this set dropped, but I'm sure that you guys will watch nonetheless. As far as my favorites go, I have two, which, you know, is not surprising. And again, it's the blue and purple, which, not surprising because I have tons of blues and purples in my collection. I was actually really surprised that I liked the blue sparkling water, because when I watched the launch video, I really couldn't have found it in me to look at it anymore. Like, it didn't interest me. But then I saw it on my nails and on the nail wheel, and I was like, okay, changed my mind. I do like this. It's pretty. And of course, the, you know, lavender syrup, that's what's on my nails right now. I'll love any purple. Just give me purple and I'll love it. So that wasn't really a contest. So yeah, there's the collection. There's my thoughts on it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed the swatches. I'm really sorry it's so late, and I'm sorry if this one feels a little bit discombobulated, because right now I'm very discombobulated. I don't know. I'm just like all over the place right now. I've got so much to do, so much to see, and I just feel a little bit right now. So I'm sorry about that, but I hope that this video made any sort of sense, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.